Yo, what's up everybody? It's Peace. Welcome to another video. So it's my birthday tomorrow, and guess what? Charlie got me a $40
and
gift
a manual.
card. Shout out to Fresh Haircut Charlie. Thank you so much.
And I say happy birthday. I say happy birthday.
Yeah.
So I had some Steve
And I
also
own
said
triples of
happy
the
birthday.
Barracuda.
So I took, can I see the paper?
Yes, sir.
I took Tenpai Sky Striker to locals, and I ended up with X-1 after 4 rounds. 6th place, so all the X-1s got some prizing, of course. So yeah, check out the duels on the channel. It was really good all week.
Yep.
All right, so Sky Striker package. So 3 Engage, 1 Hornet Drones, 3 Widow Anchor, and 1 Afterburners. This is extremely powerful going second, and this is a blind second strategy. So you can turn off your opponent's detonator, pop their stuff. Usually you have 3 spells engraved to pop their back row as well. This is just all around a really good package, and you get the bonus draw. Next up, next up, Tenpai package. I opted to play 3 Pydra because you do want to see your normal summon. This is very strong. It gets you your 2 limited cards. Genroku at 2. Shout out to Jake and Emmanuel. Next up, the 1 of Chandra. I did cut down to 1 Fadra as well. I do play a 4th Numble Summon in the form of Dora Dora, which is really good sometimes. And then the 1 Magnamut to search either Genroku or whatever I need during the end phase. So those are the Monster Dragons. Next up, I do have the Sangan Kaiman and the Sangan Summoning, as I mentioned. In order to see the Sangan Summoning, which is limited, along with the Kaiman and the Chandra, thanks a lot, Konami, we do play the 1 Terraforming. I really need to see it, so I also play Set Rotation. And I play the best target in the game for going second, way where there's a will. This is basically Prosperity. Look up this card and read it, and you'll understand why it's really good going second. Next up, we do have the board Destruction. We have Harpy's Feather Duster, and then 2 Lightning Storm. You want to max these out. Just normal spells that you can activate, get spells into the graveyard, and make your opponent cry. And next up, we do play 3 Dark Hole. I opted to play this over Raigeki, and it does come up because it can clear your board for your Sky Striker cards to actually be live, and that's important when Mimighoul is running around. Shout out to first place Robert Creamer. Next up, 3 Thrust. This can search Engage or Terraforming, and then really, like, if you need like I searched Dark Hole today off this. I searched Engage off of this. The Thrust was crazy all day. So you main 3, and then this is a very heavy hand trap format, and you're blinding second. So I also opted to main deck 3 talents. So there's a ton of 3. Yeah, exactly, and it baits the Ash. It's so amazing.
3 ups, 3 ups, 3 ups.
Just
3
all
ups.
3 ups. And then speaking of 3 up spells, the Forbidden Droplet. And then, you know what, we went crazy. We did 3 Upstart Goblin, too.
They don't match?
No, they don't match. You just want the spell. Nothing really matches in the deck. But yeah, that's 40 in the main. I know that you guys were asking for an updated Tenpai Sky Striker list. So that was the main
Wait,
deck.
that's how many in the main?
40.
That's awesome.
That's so brand new. I thought you were always 60.
Dude,
Yeah, you can't, because of all the hits to the deck, you'd have to play a very heavy Kashtira package and then count on your Draco Sack resolving to use the Cherubini Dump and the Princess Revive, but that's just convoluted, and I've tried it and it does not work. You have to play 40 for Tenpai now.
Okay.
Next up, 2 Biden Dragion in the extra deck, 1 Transcendent Dragion, and then 1 Trident Dragion. I got to bring this up to 6,000 against Ariane Murphy and attack him 3 times. It was really great. Next up, some utility, Black Rose Dragon, Moonlight Dragon, and Ruddy Rose. Then you have Quibelt and Samurai Destroyer for utility.
I love Quibelt.
Thank you very much. Next up, we have the 1 Sky Striker Ace Kagar. You can bring this back off of Princess to recycle your engine even further later on if you end up in a grind, so that's very useful. 1 Striker Dragon to ensure that you can activate your Sky Striker spells if you already have a monster on board, and this also makes SP a banish if you can't OTK that turn. Her 1 Heretic Seal of Heavenly Spheres. You could cut probably one of the rarely used synchros to make your deck a little bit more grindy and play 2, but I opted for 1 for this tournament. Hida. This is an extremely powerful card. I had to choose between like a couple of these cards, but I needed to make sure that Hida was in here. Dark Charm would also be pretty decent in this format, but Hida, you can use any fire dragon or any fire card that you have to make this, and then go battle phase, and this is OTK. You attack something with 1900 or more attack, it dies. You search Genroku. Genroku special summons itself, and then activates its effect to special summon from deck, and that's full OTK combo, like 10,000 damage. Next, the 1 Princess that I mentioned, very powerful, and then the 1 SP. Shout out to Team Bad Cards. All right, and then finally, the side deck. Shout out to the token. So, if your opponent's going to make you go first, or if you're forced to go first, this is very good against any light or dark strategy, Yubel, Drytron, Voiceless Voice. I mean, you name it. This is really good against them.
Yep.
It also stops Fiendsmith cards as well, which is really broken. 3 Droll and Lockbird. Just in case there's like an FTK, this usually stops people in their tracks.
Mike, give me a puppet.
Yeah, because like obviously
Oh, yeah,
there was
no.
only one hand trap in the entire main deck, and that was Magnemite, and that probably can't stop the.
Remember when we played and that
FTK.
stopped me completely?
Anyway, so I opted to play a kaiju package. So I played 3 different names, 5 main deck kaijus, because in my other decks I play Underworld Goddess of the closed
Why not
world. Because I need my normal summon in this deck. So since I need my normal summon, I just played 5 kaijus. Thanks for stealing one, Emmanuel.
I didn't see that.
And then also, it can help you get a spell in the graveyard by playing 3 Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. This is also a Dark Hole, except it does put a big body on your board as well as your opponent's. And you don't have enough bodies in this deck because you're playing pure, basically, to make an Underworld Goddess of the Closed World, or Heaven, or no, World. So you can't like link off your opponent's unaffected monster if you can't access the 6,000 beater to beat over it. So that's why I opted for kaijus, and they came up. I was able to kaiju today. Next up, utility. I played the Sky Striker Jamming Waves. If you're going up against a back row deck, you can search this to pop the back row. This is better against like graveyard decks. Also, if you think you're going first, you side out the Afterburners because it's a normal spell card, and you can't activate during your opponent's turn. And then you have the opportunity to search a Disruption instead of having the Afterburners. And this is pretty good going second. You can change the location of your opponent's Heavenly Spheres, for example. It's just a good card, just to banish a card from the graveyard or special summon it. And then finally, if I don't know whether or not I'm going first, I have the Sangan Kaiho, which basically threatening roar. It just basically ends your opponent's turn. Because it makes them go to battle phase. So you know you live. So yeah, that was the deck. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more.
Happy birthday.